Okay everybody, it's about 90 degrees outside today, which means it's probably about 100 degrees in here right now, even with the attic fan going, but I am more than happy to make this video for you. What's going on is the zone damper for the part of the second floor has finally been fixed, and I'm going to show it to you. As you know, this one goes to my room and one other area by it, which has been working fine. And this is the one he replaced right here. If you remember, the problem was that it wasn't opening fully. And as you can see, it's a little bit more angled than the last one because it was only one guy here who was actually leaning against these beams to get the damper in place, and that's how we had to do it, which is okay, honestly. It's not all that bad. Let me see if I can get a better shot of it for you. Now, let's see. I'm like leaning against here. And there you go. That metal piece, that metal clamp right there, that's the damper assembly itself, and over there with the green LED is the electronics for it. As you can see, the green LED means it's currently open right now. And it's working fantastic. This one is a little bit different from this one, obviously, aside from the looks. Basically, this one is motorized in both directions, which means that a motor operates for both open and closed. So there's no spring pressure on this one. And what is kind of nice about this damper, I will admit, is the green or red LED does not activate until the damper has fully reached the end of its travel. So that way you know it's fully open or closed as it should be. And one other thing about it. And it's also, since it's motorized, you know, it kind of forces it to open and close and not just go with spring pressure. So there is that thing. Obviously, the little downside to it is, you know, now the second floor air handler has mismatched dampers, but I mean, let's be honest, it's like, who's going to come up here and ever see this, aside from you guys on the videos? So, I mean, really, it's not all that bad, and it's, as long as it works, that's what matters. And it's really keeping this part of the second floor much cooler now, especially on a hot day like today. It's really great that it works correctly now. This damper is totally compatible with the HZ311 zone damper. You'll notice this one actually uses zone 3 because the zone 3 areas, let me try to get out of the light here for you. The zone 3 areas come from the left here, and 1 and 2 are on the right. So in this case, zone 2 is unused because the zone 3 ones come from the left here, and that's the one they decided to go with. And it's the easiest one to go over there. You know, it was pretty cool. I was helping the guy along, and you know, I helped him hold the duct up and things like that. He was very appreciative, very nice guy. And he was also very surprised about how I knew about how, you know, the purge cycle with this thing, about how this thing turns on and off. It's like, you know, I got to do that so it doesn't go in the purge. And he's like, man, how do you know all this stuff? And, you know, it's pretty awesome that he's amazed that I knew all this stuff. But, you know, I guess when you're the handy shark, you know exactly what's going on with some things. So, there is some work here I did do myself. I could probably move this light out of the way now and move it over here. If you notice, I did do some, sorry the light's so blue, it hasn't stable or adjusted yet, whatever. I did do some pipe insulation work right here. What was happening was the pipe insulation wasn't going all the way to the end here, okay? And as you know, this is the vapor line, and it sweats when it's up here. And as you can see, there was some water going down through here and making all these marks. You see that? And I was like, no, that's no good. So what I did do was, I cut the insulation from there to kind of around there. You can see where the electrical tape is, okay? And then basically what I did was, see if I can angle this. I guess that I'll have to do like that for now. Alright, that's good. Basically I angled, so I cut the insulation from here, where it was, all the way to here, alright? And then what I did was, they got one of these pre-made corner fittings from Home Depot. It fit perfectly on here, absolutely beautifully. And then this piece of straight insulation I cut probably about 1.5 inches longer than this piece. So that way, this is very flexible. So when I put this on, it fits tightly against this insulation and gives a good sealing around here. And so when I did that, after that was all taken care of, all the seams I put electrical tape on, including along here, and also along here, as you can see. So now when air conditioning operates, it's fantastic. No more sweating, everything is dry, just the way it should be. So I'm very glad that I fixed that. You know, don't want to have water damage over time. And I mean, really, just the fact that the zone damper is opening fully now, once again, if I can show you, you can see the green LED is on, which means that it successfully opened all the way, which is good to see. And I'm actually very glad this happened during air conditioning season and not heating season, because otherwise the heat exchanger would probably keep overheating. And it does have a thermal overload, but at the same time you don't want to keep relying on that. It's best for it to not overheat at all. And very glad I fixed this problem. So, and this insulation, so it's working great. Very happy with it. So, all right, let's head down to the second floor, and I want to show you just how the vents sound when just this zone is operating, and you'll see exactly why it's good that this zone damper is now fully open like it should be. All right, guys, and sorry if you're hearing some background noise right now. It's just my mom using one of those hair dryers. So the one zone, as you know, does my room, that corner vent right up there, and that guest room right there. So that's the other zone, and then all the rest of the second floor uses the other zone. And I can tell you right now, the air coming out of these vents is just fantastic. Let me see if I can get you to hear it a little bit. Yeah, these vents are operating much better than they were with that other damper when it kept getting obstructed. And just nice to have it working again. And kind of like the first floor, every single vent on the second floor I have fully open, because when only one zone is running, you still want to have good free airflow so the air handler doesn't have too much back pressure on it, and it works absolutely fantastic. And hey, if you're curious to look, you can see up to the attic, and there's the damper board. Maybe you can see. And see, there's the damper board right there, and right over there is the other zone damper. See that? Pretty cool. So you can kind of see how everything is. So this bathroom is pretty much just below the air handler. Let's go inside here, and you can kind of hear just how much air is coming through that vent now. On this one especially. Let's turn the light on. Yeah. You hear that? That is how it should sound. So it's operating so much better now. And like I said, it's about 90 degrees outside today, and the thermostats are at 73. And the second floor air conditioning is now cycling off every now and then like it should. It's not just running continuously. So that zone damper is also making things much more efficient. So glad that it's working correctly now. So, like I said, the only slight downside of cosmetics, I guess you could say, is that, you know, there's two different looking zone dampers up there now. But like I said, who's going to see that, honestly? The end of the day, everything is working correctly. All the zones are getting full airflow like they should, and the air conditioning is working much more efficiently now. And it's just nice feeling that all the vents are pushing out fully like they should be. So there you guys go. Finally got that problem fixed, and things are working great in here once again. Thank you very much for watching, and take care.